Mark Taylor-Canfield in Seattle. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, Tom. What you've been warning us about for many years is now taking shape on a daily basis, fostered by these right-wing extremists. At Democracy Watch News, we've been sounding the alarm about these major threats to democracy, and the state-sanctioned political kidnapping of Fulbright scholar Rumeysa Ozturk by masked federal agents from Homeland Security proves that Donald Trump and Marco Rubio have violated their oaths of office. They were sworn to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution in the United States, but by arresting and jailing students who have committed no crimes, they have violated the First Amendment's guarantee to freedom of speech and freedom of assembly, among other things, in a blatant attempt to persecute people for their political views. So I agree with the Center for Constitutional Rights Executive Director Vincent Warren that the Trump administration will not be allowed to deport her or Mamoud Kahlil. The courts will block that action as a clear violation of the Constitution and lack of due process. Trump and Rubio's justification, citing the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, will not stand. But what worries me now most is that Trump may invoke the Insurrection Act and order the U.S. military to conduct law enforcement activities and potentially round up people for detention at Leavenworth Detention Center near Kansas City, Missouri. Brett Wagner, who served as a professor for the U.S. Naval War College, wrote an excellent article about that probability for the San Francisco Chronicle. And if you haven't seen that, I'll send you that link. Trump gave the Secretaries of Defense and Homeland Security 90 days to give him their recommendations, and that deadline is coming up very quickly.
Well, is that deadline April 20th?
By the way, over 600 protests are planned for April 5th in all 50 states and in multiple international cities as a response to what's going on here. A major protest rally is scheduled for Seattle near the Space Needle, and I encourage people in this area to join us at Seattle Center and let your voices be heard.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Mark, can you hear me now? Mark can't hear me. Okay, 20 minutes past the hour. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Missed my opening rant today? It's usually published over at HartmanReport.com, where you can read it and share it with your friends for free. Check it out, HartmanReport.com. You know, Richard Nixon and Spiro Agnew both took cash bribes while they were in the White House. Since then, you know, the Supreme Court, or at least 5 Republicans on the Supreme Court, made it a lot easier for politicians to take bribes with their Citizens United decision, which basically legalized political bribery as long as it's done through campaigns or PACs or super PACs. But for some people, there's just never enough money, right? Donald Trump has been running small-time hustles to make money for decades, selling sneakers, Bibles, steaks, vodka, water. But now he's hit the big time. He's got these fungible tokens, right? These fungible crypto assets, which are basically just digital pictures of Donald Trump that say fight, fight, fight. And he has turned them into an $8 billion machine. His wife is in on this too, with his Trump coin. It's a new way that foreign powers and billionaires in the United States can just shovel money into Donald Trump's pocket. There's a whole article about it over at HartmanReport.com titled Presidential Payola, the Evolution of Political Bribery. Check it out.
I saw a mouse with tiny paws trying to save his friend, pressing down with all his might to bring him back again. No money, no agenda, no slogan, suit or tie, just a little heart still beating for a life about to die. There's more humanity in a mouse than in a MAGA hat, more soul in a lab rat's whisper than a billionaire's latest spat. While Trump cuts food and Musk cuts aid, the rodents try to give. There's more compassion in a creature small.
Indeed. 22 minutes past the hour. Even mice have more humanity than Trump, Musk, and the GOP. This is amazing. First off, Putin is declaring that he's going to finish off Ukraine. I don't know why the American media didn't pick up on this story. Inaugurating a new submarine. And he said, not long ago, I said we'd grind Ukraine down. Now it looks like we'll finish them off. And what did he do that day? He bombed a hospital in Kyiv, which is a war crime. He bombed a liquid gas facility. And he said that Donald Trump should take Greenland. He said Trump's ambitions should be taken seriously. This is just absolutely nuts. Taking Greenland, taking Canada. Here's what the Prime Minister of Canada has to say about our taking Canada.
The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over. President Trump again imposed unjustified tariffs on our nation in violation of our existing trade agreements. We will respond forcefully. Nothing is off the table to defend our workers and our country. And our response to these latest tariffs is to fight, is to protect, and to build. We will fight the U.S. tariffs with retaliatory trade actions of our own that will have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impacts here in Canada. It's my solemn promise that when President Trump threatens us again, we will fight back. We will fight back with everything we have to get the best deal for Canada. We will build an independent future for our country stronger than ever.
There you go. Sadly, one of our largest law firms, Paul Weiss, and one of our biggest universities, Columbia, said the exact opposite. We'll just roll over and say, yeah, yes, Donald, no problem. Meanwhile, a Russian medical researcher at Harvard University who fled Russia, after she protested the Ukraine war. So if she goes back to Russia, she was straight to the Gulag. She was flying back to Boston, back to Harvard from France. And the police took her into a room and inspected her phone and decided to say, no, you have a visa. This was the Customs and Border Protection, not ICE, CPB. And so she said, okay, I no longer want to be in the United States. Please put me on the plane, back on the plane to France. And they said, nope, we're going to send you down to Louisiana to this hellhole prison to await deportation to Russia. And meanwhile, Donald Trump just came out and said, this was with an interview with Vince Colonnese, who used to be a regular on my program. I used to debate him all the time. Vince, he's a conservative. He said about Greenland, Trump said, we need it. We have to have it. It's an island that, from a defensive posture and even offensive posture, is something we need, especially with the way the world is. I hate to put it that way, but we're going to have it. And Denmark's defense minister, of course, said, I need to clearly speak out against what I see as an escalation from the American side. The vice president and his wife are on a plane right now to Greenland. And, and literally their advance team went door to door in Greenland looking for anybody who would give them a photo op. Yes, invite the vice president into your home and serve him tea and cookies, would you please? They couldn't find a single person in Greenland who was willing to host Vance and his wife. Not one. And in fact, the travel agency, Tupilak Travel, which is based in their capital city, Nuuk, had initially said, "Oh, sure, she can, the second lady can drop by here," but then they pulled that too. This is crazy stuff. I mean, we're looking at the possibility. Well, number one, we're destroying our alliances. We are handing the world over to autocrats, and now we're being run by one. How bad is it going to get? Well, what say you?
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program.
27 minutes past the hour in the Thom Hartmann Program, occupying the media 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. We're right here. We'll be right back.